Hi, and welcome to Window Cleaning Dude. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about squeegee. So, as a new window cleaner, obviously one of the main pieces of equipment that you're going to be concerned with, besides your window washing wand, is your squeegee. So, let's talk about squeegees. Now, how exciting can it be to be talking about squeegees, right? But there's some very important things you need to know about squeegees. And first off, we're going to talk about the cheap squeegee. Because it's very tempting, I'm sure, if you're just starting out, if you're a business, you want to go buy all the cheap stuff, which I do not recommend. I definitely recommend that you should buy all the top-end, professional-grade equipment that you can afford. And, you know, if you don't have the money, go sell some of your stuff and go buy the high-end stuff, because when you buy the high-end equipment, it's going to eliminate a lot of problems that you get with the low-end equipment. And, you know, it's really not that much more money, especially considering that you're going to make back all this money fairly quickly once you start window cleaning, and then you're going to regret having bought the cheap stuff and then have to go right back out and buy the expensive stuff. So let's go over why I recommend buying high-end squeegees as opposed to the low-end. So let's talk about the low-end. Now, if you've seen my videos, you've probably seen me talk about this squeegee in some of my other videos. I'm going to go over that in case you haven't. But with this particular squeegee, this is by Ettore, which is a reputable brand. It's actually one of my preferred brands. I love Ettore. I love a lot of the other brands as well, but I do like Ettore a lot. So I'm not knocking Ettore, but what I am knocking is this low-end brand. This is not brand, this low-end model. This wasn't really designed specifically for professional window cleaners. This was more for, you know, people who own a home who don't want to hire a window cleaner and want to go do it themselves. They don't have any real knowledge about squeegees. So they'll go out and purchase this cheap squeegee at someplace like Home Depot or Lowe's, which I do not recommend. And let's go over why I don't recommend that. Now, first off, this squeegee has a fixed channel. So it's fixed in this handle here. It's not coming out, which means you cannot interchange this squeegee for a larger one or a smaller one. This squeegee does not have end clips, and it's already been permanently pressed in so that you're not really meant to pull this out. Now, you could probably force this out with a lot of effort, which isn't good for a window cleaner because, number one, you're spending a lot of wasted time trying to get this sucker out so that maybe you can flip it over and use the other side of the rubber. And then when you do, the tension's probably going to be all screwed up on the rubber here so that when you go to use it, it's going to leave streaks. So, if those aren't enough reasons right there, let me go over some more. The bad thing is that since this doesn't have end clips and you cannot flip over this rubber very easily, if at all, if you're new to window cleaning and you get right out the gate and you're going to clean your first window, you could very easily nick this rubber at any point during the window cleaning process. And if that happens, every window you clean after that point is going to have water trails and streaks on the glass. And then you're going to have to spend all this time trying to detail all that out. That is not what you want to be doing with your time. That's just going to make your job very frustrating, very difficult, and you're going to take forever. That's another big reason why you do not want to buy these cheap squeegees at Home Depot or Lowe's. You want to go buy a professional grade, top-end professional grade squeegee. Now, once again, Ettore is a very good brand, and I'm going to show you a professional grade Ettore here in just a second. Now, the handle here is actually decent. It feels okay in my hand. It is lightweight, I will give it that. That is nice. But in terms of holding up over time, cleaning multiple houses with this thing, that's not going to happen. That's not going to hold up. This rubber is going to wear out, and you are going to have to replace the rubber. And if you're going to be serious as a window cleaner, when you go and buy your equipment, one of the other things you want to buy is extra rubber. You do not want to be trying to clean windows with worn out rubber, because you're going to be streaking all over the place. And it's going to take forever to clean the windows, and you're going to be really unhappy and be thinking, maybe I shouldn't have become a window cleaner. So the other thing about this particular handle is it is a fixed handle. You can't interchange anything. Now let's move over to another Ettore that is professional grade. This is a professional grade Ettore. This is the one I use a lot. It's one of my favorites. I really like this Ettore. It's not as light as this cheap plastic one, I'll give it that, but this one gets the job done well. So what's nice about this is it has the little lever here, the quick release, that allows you to just slide this channel out. Why would I want to do that? Well, maybe I want to switch down to a smaller channel. Bam, this thing's ready to go, right? I can go ahead and start cleaning with this. Now the other thing is You know, and you can also go up to a larger size. So, you know, you have different length channels for different size windows and different situations. You want to be able to change those out very quickly. And you can carry these channels with you in your holster bucket or in your window cleaning bucket. Like, so if you have your rectangle window cleaning bucket, a lot of times I'll add my extra squeegees and just drop them down in my bucket to carry with me as I'm going around in business, so I don't have to carry all that weight on my hip. And then I can just easily grab those and switch out my, my channels whenever I need to. Now, the other nice thing about this channel is, unlike this cheap one here, you know, I can see bends in this channel because it's just, you know, this stuff is being pumped out for the masses. This channel is a lot nicer. Looking down this channel, I can see it's nice and straight, which matters. And the reason why that matters is if your channel is not straight, then you do have the possibility of it streaking if you're not pressing super hard against the glass. And you really don't want to be pressing super hard against the glass to begin with, because some windows could break very easily depending on how good the quality of the window is. Also, you're going to just be putting a lot of pressure, wasting a lot of energy in your arms, pushing hard against the glass, so you really shouldn't have to push too hard. And when you're window cleaning all day long, you do not want to be putting a lot of force into having to squeegee off the glass. So having a channel that's bent is going to be working against you. Now, the other nice thing about this channel is it does have end clips, so I can actually pull this rubber out. Here's the end clip here, and then I can take off the end clips and then slide this rubber out. I can flip it over, slide it back in, and then that means I can use both sides of this rubber, so I'm getting more rubber usage there, which is going to save me money. Now, the other nice thing is that if this rubber does get damaged, I can replace the rubber, right? So what else can I say about the rubber here? The other nice thing is, like right now, I can see right now I need to actually pull my rubber some. I need to adjust the tension on the rubber, so I can do that very easily. Now, when you are out window cleaning, you are going to be burning through rubber. You are going to need to replace your rubber on occasion. My advice to you is that if you're cleaning, let's say 3 houses a day, every morning, just put in new rubber so that you're starting off with new rubber for the day. Now, some of you might think that's not the greatest idea, but trust me, when you have a nice clean edge here that's nice and crisp, brand new, hasn't been used, you're cutting through that water like butter. I mean, it's just cleaning so nice for you, and you're just going fast, right? You're going so fast. But when this rubber starts to wear down, it's still getting the job done, but it's starting to get worn down. You're actually going slower. It's pulling longer on the glass, and you're not going as fast. And time is money in this business. You want to go to clean as many places as you can a day. Your rubber's costing you like $1 a piece, and if you're going to pull in $750 to $1,000 a day, spend, you know, use that extra dollar and get a nice clean rubber in there every day if you're cleaning, you know, that many places at once. Now, if you're just starting out and you're just cleaning one place a day, then you might go a few days and then change out your rubber. But when you notice this rubber is starting to get worn and it's just not cleaning as quickly as you remembered when you first put it in, it's time to change that rubber, even though it's still getting the job done. Or at least flip it over, use the other side, and then change your rubber. So that's my advice on the channels here and on the rubber. And then as far as the whole squeegee is concerned, what's nice is you can see it has a nice thick grip here for me to hold on to. It's got rubber, so it's not sliding out of my hand as easily. Your hand's obviously going to be wet from cleaning the windows a lot, so it's very easy to actually have these slide out of your hands if you're not careful. The other nice thing is you can see it has these little screws down here for adjusting how tight this is going to grab the channel for when you're flipping the switch, the quick release here. So this is a professional grade squeegee. It is more than this cheap one, but trust me, this is what you want. It's going to make your life so much easier for all the reasons I just listed. And if that's not enough to convince you, then you probably shouldn't be a window cleaner, because, you know, being cheap is not the way to go. If you want to make good money, you want to make that money fast, you want to have the right equipment to do that. And when you're buying this cheap stuff, you're just throwing your money away. You can spend a little bit more money and get the good stuff. You can go to windowcleaningdude.com. I got everything there that you need to buy, including this squeegee. You can find there and link to those links and go find this stuff and buy it if you don't know where to start. Let me talk a little bit about the little squeegee here real quick. This is a brass squeegee. This one here is aluminum. If you can, get the aluminum. I prefer those. They're a little bit lighter than the brass. But brass squeegee is like traditional, right? I mean, brass has been around forever as the squeegee of choice, or the channel of choice. But what's nice about these little ones here, you want to get some of these little ones because, you know, oftentimes you are going to be cleaning some smaller windows, especially if you're doing French paint. You're going to need a small squeegee. And in fact, I've even thought about, and I haven't done it yet, but I've thought about actually cutting one of these down and getting like a super tiny one, like one that just barely fits the channel here. That would be awesome, because sometimes you actually come across glass that is super tiny. So if I could get one that was just like that big, right? And maybe you can even cut it down smaller. I mean, that's kind of crazy, but sometimes when you're doing some small French paint, it would be nice to be able to just go, right? Like instead of just using like your rags. So you could get creative there if you want to start making your own gear, because I think this is the smallest size they do have. So I would like to have a 4-inch, or maybe even a 3-inch, but they don't really make that. So anyways, there's not a lot more I can really say about the squeegee, other than to try to convince you to buy professional grade. Don't buy the cheap stuff. When you do use your squeegees, you're going to have your holster bucket, and this is obviously going to go down in your holster bucket. It's going to hold there for you. They do have this little, you know, like tie-on spot here, so that if you are doing like high-rise or commercial low-rise and you're up on the ladder or you're up on some scaffolding, you can then secure this to your utility belt in case you do drop it. It doesn't go all the way down. That's something you might want to think about for residential as well. I have dropped these before off of a 2-story on a ladder by accident. Accidents happen on the job. So if you don't want to risk this falling down, you might think about having like an attachable cord. But then, you know, the problem with that is you're not able to freely work as well. It is going to be a little more restrictive. So that's kind of up to you. I prefer not to do that. I'd rather risk dropping it, because it's just so much more easier not to have it tied down to my utility belt in any sort of way. But if you are doing high-rise, you're not going to have a choice there. I mean, just for safety alone, if you drop this off high-rise, that hits someone down below, it could easily kill them if you're high enough up. So at that point, you're not going to have a choice. But if you're doing residential 2-story, you don't want to risk dropping this and have to go up and down the ladder, then you might think about having some kind of cord. I don't really have any recommendations for you on the cord, because I never use it. So that's just going to be up to you to figure out. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. Please give me the thumbs up if you did like this video and thought that there was some useful information here for you to learn from. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and be a part of the window cleaning community here on this channel, and to also show YouTube that you find value in this video. Please go to windowcleaningdude.com, where you can learn about these tools and everything else that you need to buy to start your window cleaning business and where to buy them. Also, you can get all the training videos on how to use this, how to do the different methods. You got the straight pull, the Z method, the fanning. There's lots of different methods for window cleaning. Lots of things you can learn there on windowcleaningdude.com. It's all for free. Don't forget to comment down below for anything else that you want to know about, and hit that bell button down below for any notifications for upcoming videos, and I will see you in the next episode.